Hey, this is Gino, and you're listening to 90 Day Fiancé Fridays with Shabooty, George, and Gina.
Welcome everybody to 90 Day Fiancé Fridays. We're here with George, Shabooty, Gina, and Sherry's in the house, and I'm sure all the rest of the fans are going to pour in any second now. What's cracking?
What's up? Yeah,
What's up, everybody?
any minute now, everyone will join us. But this has been a weird week, right? Like we're gonna be getting into some crazy topics.
Yeah, it's an odd week. The topics are they're very like negative.
Yeah, I know. There's not a lot of anything that happened this week that is positive, and some of it is so horrible. I'm scared to even talk about it.
Yeah, some of it I'm going to let you take like the lead on the story.
Yeah, that one story, that one is I don't even know where to start. But yeah, it hasn't been a very positive week in the 90-day world. But in our state of society, we haven't really seen a positive week in a while. So I'm beginning to fear this is our new normal.
This
True.
is the new normal.
Yeah. This isn't in order of like importance by any means, so let's just start at the top of my list. And again, there was a story that started popping up. Everyone, anytime the tea breaks, people start DMing me and asking me if it's real or not. So earlier in the week, there was a story that like and allegedly the story was like Natalie had got like arrested on like a drug charge, and like people were DMing me, and there's a TikToker that said it, so it has to be true, right? And then I started like digging into it and investigating. And then I noticed like there was a YouTube channel that had a bunch of like YouTube videos. And one of them, the most recent one, was about Natalie being like arrested on drugs. And then I looked at the YouTube channel and I'm like, and then to me, I'm like, anyone with half a brain can see that this is a little fugazi ass, like AI generated ass YouTube channel, because some of the previous greatest hits in terms of videos were headlines in terms of the video name. One is Angela is dead, and then Darcy Silva's hospitalized. And so this
Oh,
newest
dear
one, which was
God.
Natalie got arrested for drug possession. I was like, there's no way this is legit because there's no other like paperwork or anything. So I immediately called it out and put up a post saying it's bullshit. But I was shocked how viral it was.
Can we also be a little more specific? Because apparently there's more than one Natalie in the 90-day universe. So can we be a little more specific on which Natalie so people are not
Yeah.
one?
Nutalie, not Gino's girl Natalie. So we're talking about Natalie, the one with Big Mike.
Okay. Because I mean, I knew that, and that's where my mind went, because obviously, but I don't want to drag anybody else's name into something. Well, obviously, none of this is true, but I just want to be a little more specific. Now that we got more than one Natalie in the mix, we got to be a little more specific with it. Because when I saw the story, I thought they were talking about Gino's Natalie.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where my mind went, because she was the freshest one in my mind. So I actually was looking at the same stuff you were looking at, and then I realized, oh, this is Nutalie. Not I was like, okay, cool. But not cool. Not cool that it was a lie, but like I was a little relieved that it wasn't Gino's new girl, because I don't want Gino to fall into like something terrible.
True, yeah. And then what was I gonna say? And I feel like Natalie, she must have not even been annoyed because number one, she didn't even like respond. But then she also used the opportunity to post her like OnlyFans link. And then the next day she posted like, I think it was either a link to her dentist that she promotes. So she just turned it into like a promotional opportunity.
Of course.
Well, yeah. I mean, no press is bad press. And I think a lot of people say they're like, I don't clear up rumors
Hmm.
about me. It's not your job to clear up misconceptions about yourself, but it is your job to cash in on the fact that everybody is talking about you.
It's
So
an opportunity.
exactly. And remember when not Natalie, when Jasmine was getting attacked and everyone was calling her a pregnant whore and a home wrecker and a green card stealer? That's when Jasmine took the time to post her OnlyFans link. And she was like, if you want to really help me and you want to really, you should join my OnlyFans. Like, she looked at it that way too. She was like, well, since y'all are talking about me, throw a little money my way, you know?
Yeah,
Turn
so
something into a negative into a positive.
true, yeah. So anyway, that was that story, and I quickly put it to bed. Anyway, so there's that. The next thing on my list is, oh, this is just, we don't really have to get into like the nitty gritty, but like, I thought it was amusing how, like I posted, and I thought it was silly because it wasn't the first time I posted it. It was just basically like, to me, it was almost like one of my greatest hits. Not really, but there's this like Kimberly, and also, so people know they're actually like a pretty, I don't want to say famous, but like they're an OnlyFans chick with like almost, like 15 to 20,000 followers on Instagram, etc. So it's the person that I posted that looks like Kimberly, the doppelganger. It's not like they're kind of like, they're online a lot. So I mean, like they're not just, I didn't just like find a next door neighbor and take a picture and post it. It was someone that's like actively present on social media. So anyway, long story long, this isn't the first time I've done it. I just think it's like an amusing thing where there's this OnlyFans chick that looks like a young Kimberly, and I posted it. And then there was not to get into the nitty gritty, but anyway, some people were bitching and moaning about it. And I don't really have patience for people policing my content when obviously it's like a joke. And obviously, if you read the description, it says doppelganger. So it was pretty obvious, and it wasn't the first time I posted it. And a lot of people freaked out, but I had to just block them. So anyway, that's under the water under the bridge. So the moral of the story is don't police my content and you won't get blocked. Thank you. Gina, yeah, any thoughts?
Like I said, not my monkey, not
Mm.
my circus. So, and like you can post what you want. Sometimes you post things in the group chat, and I'll be like, when you did the picture with the Gino and when the Pope
Oh,
passed away, I'm like, oh, I think that's too soon.
mhm.
Like, but yeah, it's a freedom of speech. You do what you want, boo boo.
True. All right. Well, anyway, yeah, that's the story. The takeaway should be don't police comedian types like yours truly, because that's the way comedy works. You just got to post shit, and like 9 out of 10 things could be hilarious, and 1 out of 10 things you may not find funny, but that's all. You can't like that's the whole, when you're a funny person, like you can't control that. It's like it's like a all or nothing kind of deal. Like you either find a person funny and you got to accept everything they post, or don't, and you don't find it funny and don't follow them. So anyway, let's go to the next topic. So Madi got his like personal certified personal trainer certificate, and also I think nutrition thing certificate. So did you see that?
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yes.
And I didn't know that you needed to be like certified to tell people how to turn on the treadmill. So I didn't know that they were like certifications. Like you had to like take a course, I guess, on how to turn on the treadmill and how to turn off the treadmill. I did not know that. But I still to this day don't think that personal trainers are real, it's not a real job. And I stand by it because I have gone to the gym and I didn't have to pay anybody to teach me how to go to the gym. So at the end of the day, I still think that this is some sort of like conspiracy where,
Cash grab.
yeah, like all of these men are pretending that they have a job, but they're actually doing something else. And I don't know what it is. You know what? I'm not even going to get into my conspiracy theories. I don't know what they're really doing, but I don't think that this is a real job. And every guy who's ever come over from another country, I don't want to say every, but like so many of them, they come over here and they're immediately a personal trainer, right? It's like they can't be doctors, they can't be lawyers, they can't be
You
um
have to go to school for a lot longer because your credentials won't for pass over.
but still, Gina, there's other jobs other than personal trainer. And it's like if you go to the gym, that doesn't make you a professional in the gym, right?
Mhm.
Because everybody's fitness journey is different. And I know nobody wants to hear this, but I was just thinking about this recently. Like everybody's fitness journey is different. So you can't like make a one size fits all fitness journey and try to put everybody on that journey because everybody's journey turns out differently and it takes different um motivation and different struggle for people to reach goals. And for somebody, one workout situation might work well, they'll lose a lot of weight or whatever, and then another person, they'll be plateaued and it won't work. So I think it's really weird how so many men fall into this I'm a personal trainer thing. And it's like I
My
would
friend, like I used to work with a personal trainer, and like, but he has like different exercise routines. Like he'll ask you like, what's your
so
main
okay,
goal?
Gina, I have this is excellent. I have questions. So how much did you pay your personal trainer?
He was a friend of mine, so I got a discounted rate. I think it was like $40 a month or something like that. But we
So
would have
let
like
me ask you,
one-on-one chats and stuff.
let me ask you a question. How many clients do you think this guy had?
A lot, because now we're doing a step challenge. He's won competitions before as well.
So do you think that he actually makes a living as a personal trainer?
Yeah, he does.
Is he
Mhm.
banging any of his clients?
Well, he's not banging me, so no. And I wouldn't want to bang
But
him
no,
too.
I didn't ask if he was banging you. Do you suspect that he might be banging any of his clients for money?
No,
Mhm.
no.
So
But
so he's a legitimate personal trainer.
Yes,
So they exist because I'm
they
just
do exist.
yeah,
I didn't think that they existed. So I don't
They
know.
do exist. They do exist.
Did he
Like,
hit on you? Did he ever hit on
no, no,
Really? So he
no.
wait.
legitimately just wanted to be your trainer.
Well, yeah, I used to work with him before, and then we started talking about like where I was at and stuff like that because he saw my progression. And then I like messaged him one day about something, and then he's just like, and then from there we just built like he asked me, he like probed me on like what I was looking to do,
But
what I was looking
if
to
he
gain from
probed
it.
you, that's what George is asking
This
about.
is what I was
Oh.
trying to say. When he probed you, that was what I was trying to say. So, okay, Gina, one last question.
No, because then your last question will lead to an open-ended question again.
No, just one last question. Do you find this person attractive?
No,
So, do you find this person to be unattractive?
he is not my type.
Do you find this person to be attractive in other people's types?
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, because he's got a
I'm
good
con-
fit. He's a nice guy. Yes.
I'm convinced that to be a personal trainer, you have to be somebody's fantasy. Because
No,
I
he
don't think
is
that
not.
hear me out, hear me out.
Okay, well, George, let me ask you this though: if you were getting a personal trainer, would you want like a hot chick to be your personal trainer, or would you want like Arnold Schwarzenegger to be your personal trainer?
I would want Arnold Schwarzenegger because I would want, first of all, I would want to be paying attention and not like killing myself on the machine because I'm looking at her boobs. I would want somebody who has proven that they can do it, but it's not a fantasy for me. Like I think for women, it's a fantasy because have you ever noticed that when you go to a gym and you see
Mhm.
those personal trainers, they're usually 99.9% working with a woman. It's a guy working with a woman. It's never a woman training a woman. It's always a really, really buff guy
Mhm.
working with a woman. I think it's more fantasy based for women, but I could be wrong. You know what? I can't possibly sit here and act like I know what goes on in the minds of all women. But I think when a woman is looking for a personal trainer, she is not looking for a woman to train her. She's looking for a man. That's just how I feel. Gina, okay, so Gina, one last question. If there
You
was
know, wouldn't be the last. Go ahead.
a choice between the trainer that you had and a woman, which one would you have chosen?
I would choose the one that I know, like on a personal level. Like I used to work with this guy, and he was a personal trainer. If it was someone else who was a female, it wouldn't matter. If I was friends with a female who was also a personal trainer, or like vice versa, if he was a female, it wouldn't matter. As
Oh
long as
no.
I see what I've seen with like with results, and I like what I've seen with their end results with people that they've trained, that's who I'm going to go for.
I don't know, Gina. You might just be boring. I think
Okay,
I am boring.
I think
okay.
women are
Can
out.
I bring up something about
Yes.
Mahdi or whatever? Like, so in his picture that he's holding like a certificate, it says like precision nutrition, and it says like he's precision nutrition level 1 certified. So then, just for shits and giggles, just now I put in like, is precision nutrition a scam? I asked that in ChatGPT, and so it doesn't say it's a scam, but I could read you some of the criticisms of it.
Okay. This helps. Okay, I would like to hear that.
Okay, so let's see. Here's some of the common criticisms of this thing that Madi has. Concern is price and accreditation. It's at around $999 up to $1,400 and 20. I'm just going to round it up. So it's around $1,000 to $1,500, and it's pricier than some certifications, and it isn't NCCA accredited. accredited. And then as far as science quality, a PhD level critique raised issues about inaccuracies and weak pedagogy in the scientific portion of the level 1 certification. And then another concern is scope of practice. Some reviewers highlight overstepping into areas like diagnosing eating disorders as problematic.
I'm gonna send my friend's Instagram profile in the group chat. Okay.
Can I ask you a question, Gina?
Mm-hmm.
Instagram profile, a lot of pictures of him shirtless.
No, he's got, well, yes, but not like, it's tasteful. It's not like
But
Cocco.
this is my thing. I think that it's a fantasy-based thing. So if his Instagram is just pictures of him in the gym and then pictures
No, it's
no
not
shirt
just
on.
him. It's clients as well. It's like before and after pictures.
There are pictures of him with no shirt on. Am I correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I mean, I still believe what I believe, but again, that doesn't mean that, okay, I see him. The very first picture is a picture of him with no shirt on. I'm looking at it right now. And then the fourth picture is a picture with him with no shirt on. Okay, I see. Okay, I see this. But I do see that he's working with a male client in this one photo. I do see that.
Yeah, he works with males and females.
I guess money is green, right? Money is green. It doesn't have to
Exactly. Okay, moving on.
We're short on time. We can't spend 30 minutes on this.
You can ask me all the questions later.
We're not going to get to the bottom of why all of the 90-day men are all personal trainers right now. You're right. We're not going to get to the bottom of it right now.
No.
Yeah. And so just real quick to summarize what I was trying to say, the concerns are the flaws of like this certification that Madi has. It's relatively expensive. It lacks external accreditation and it includes certain scientific teachings that have been critiqued. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go to the next topic, which is, oh yeah, like people, this isn't necessarily like huge news for us since we were like we talk to each other regularly, but I did do a post and it seemed like people got a kick out of it. I shared that anecdote about like Gino and Jasmine. Let me just read my post because people thought it was funny. So let me see. Let me actually give me a second. I want to pull up the Twitter version of it because I fixed a typo on the Twitter version, so I don't want to read the typo version. But it was basically the story about Jasmine blocking me, but let me just read it real quick. So here it is. This is let me just read it quick. It says a story time. Okay, this is not NDA because it doesn't have to do with the show, so I can say this. I hung out with Gino last weekend and he told me he and Jasmine would often have fights over me. She hated that he was in my fantasy football league. A few years ago, when Gino had randomly blocked me on Twitter, I was perplexed because we were buddies. I assumed Jasmine had forced him to block me. I learned that's not exactly how it went down. Apparently, she got on his computer when he wasn't looking and went on his Twitter profile and blocked me herself without his knowledge. And then I ended it with, wow, and you wonder why I break Jasmine's balls. So people thought that was a funny story.
So Jasmine is the one that blocked you on Gino's account. I remember back in the day, you mentioned that Gino had blocked you. I think it was on Twitter, right? It was on Twitter.
It was on Twitter.
I thought it was a thing where like she forced him to do it. I didn't know she just jumped on his laptop and did it for him.
I mean, I probably would have assumed that because y'all had no actual falling out. Y'all were actually still communicating and you were in like a fantasy league together. Yeah, I would have assumed that. But I've always told you that you are a needle in Jasmine's BBL. You have always been able to get underneath her skin and just make her blood boil. You live in her head in a condo.
Rent free in her head.
So the idea that she is the reason that you got blocked by Gino, that makes so much sense to me because she doesn't want your voice in anybody's ears. Like her goal is to eliminate your voice from all ears. And why wouldn't she eliminate your voice out of Gino's ears? Like that doesn't surprise me at all.
It's funny that she did it and she was that dirty and that petty, but sad at the same time.
It shows like how controlling she is.
So didn't you mention that there had been actual arguments between Gino and Jasmine that were centered around you?
Yep. Yeah, he did mention it. I remember, and because I died laughing.
That is funny because I always felt that she was really bothered by you because every time you made a post or you gave her any attention, she always responded. Like
Mhm.
always. Like you know how people will like we just talked about it, how Natalie didn't even respond to the post or whatever or anything. She ignored it. Jasmine never ignores anything that you say or do about her. She always has to respond, even if it's subliminally. She won't say your name, but she'll always
Mm.
it's always something that she does in retaliation. So I'm pretty sure you're that one needle in her ass, that one blogger that gets under her skin. 'Cause, you know, there's a million bloggers, and some of them probably don't bother her, but you're the one guy who just really pisses her off. And I feel like that should make you proud, right? Like
Yeah,
of all of the people in the world, you're that one person that
that
keeps her
she
nice.
hates. That she hates the most.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
Like,
I have a knack for getting under her skin.
you
Uh,
keep her up at night. She cannot sleep because of you.
that's
Like
probably
I
why. This is a joke, by the way, but that's probably why her hair keeps falling out. Just kidding. Uh,
oh, I mean, she might be pulling it out
uh,
because when
but
you make posts and you make memes about her, they go viral. And I think that it bothers her the most because she knows that more people are paying attention to what you say about her than what other people are saying about her. So I think that she's fixated on you the most. Even you've been blocked for so long, and she still, for some reason, can still
mm,
see and know what you're saying about her. That level of stalker
a
or
petty.
of petty, yeah, it still exists. So I think
mm,
it's an accomplishment when you can get underneath somebody's skin to that extent. You've already won. That you have the trophy, the crown is on your head. You've already won.
Yeah,
true,
you wear it. You wear it like the king, but
Wear
not
it
like the Burger
proudly.
King.
Wear it proudly.
true. Yeah. Speaking of Jasmine, I think I had a couple posts like they weren't like newsy. It was more just funny stuff. One was like I think I was trying to make like a graphic like with AI. And I mean, it's on my Instagram, but I got a kick out of it because, like, with AI, it's like you think I'm the one that wrote the like snarky comment, but AI kind of wrote it for me, and I thought it was funny because I made a collage with Gino and Natalie at like the ice bar place, and then I
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
saw that.
and then I want to have like a funny like ice piece for making fun of Jasmine. So then AI made this thing. It's instead of like "fuck you," it says like "frost you, Jasmine," because AI won't say the F word. So I had it say "frost you, Jasmine." Then the bottom part says "your drama's expired, just like your relevance." And then I started laughing because like it wrote that on its own. That wasn't even like my copywriting.
well, AI has been very good
Mhm.
at calling people and calling situations accurately. That's why a lot of people are really worried about AI because they were like, if AI is this good at, comedy and reading situations and reading people's relevance, they're like, I'm a little worried because they
Mhm.
were like, it really could take over the world because it actually is funny. Can you imagine going to a comedy show and it's AI telling you jokes and the jokes are funny?
Well, it'll
Like,
be better than Sarper at least. Oh.
oh, well, I wanted to bring that up too because I noticed that Sarper was bringing his comedy show to a theater near you.
Yeah.
And I think the dying, aching question is: were you going to go there and heckle him at the show? Is this something that you would do, or are you going to say, you know what, I'm not giving you any of my time because you blocked me, you didn't accept my promotion for my post and giving you that attention, so I'm not going to go. So like, where are you landing with that? Because I always know when 90 Day Fiance cast members are doing something, like if Cara was to do a show near you and she was going to perform, I know you would go. So I was like, where do you land on that spectrum with when it comes to Shakarper?
Yes, I have a lot of thoughts. Okay, first of all, if I went, I would not heckle him just because, I don't, that's kind of fucked up as far as heckling him. But because I am a, connoisseur of comedy, so I wouldn't fuck with the stand-up comedian in that manner. However, let me see, let me just run one random note. It's apparently on a Monday night, so it's not like it's like a Friday night marquee, Saturday night marquee show. It's like a Monday night gig. And then the other thing I was going to say is, yes, he's blocked me and Shekinah's blocked me, and that's my biggest hurdle of whether I go or not. But I thought it would be amusing because I do know who his like publicist is, so it'd be funny if I like hit up his publicist and said, "Hey, can you?" And not don't I'm like not say I'm blocked and just say, "Hey, can I get on the guest list?" and see if what they say.
Oh, so you know the publicist. Interesting. I mean, maybe try that. Maybe try that. I mean, if it was near me, I would go, but it would be for informational purposes only.
Like, like it would be cool to go and see if like in terms of like if it's an opportunity to like schmooze with 90 Day Fiancé fans and say, hey, do you know Shabooty? And they're like, yeah, he's cool. And then I'm like, well, you're talking to him, asshole.
Well, yeah, that would be fun too. I mean, or one of my favorite things to do is where I'll talk about myself to someone and see if they say something mean
Oh
because
yeah.
they don't know it's me. I'm like, oh my God, do you remember that one guy, George Mossy, blah, blah, blah. And they're like,
Or
oh, I
like,
hate that
like, yeah,
guy.
yeah. It's like, do you know that blogger Shabooty? He's really obnoxious. What do you think about him? And you're like, yeah, he is. Like, hey, I'm just testing you, fucker.
Yeah, that's like my favorite thing to do when someone knows like my voice but not my face, just to see if they'll say something negative. Like I really love to do that. But I
Yeah.
don't know. I feel like if
Yeah.
you
And so,
get on
to answer your question, though, it's like the only reason I haven't really put too much energy or thought or like considering buying tickets yet, because I have a trip I'm going to this weekend. And then, so I'm not really worrying about Sarper when I'm doing that. And then when I get back, then I'll like look at the whole situation and consider going to the Sarper thing.
when is it, by the way? Is it soon or is it
It's
like
like end of July. But I will say, well, I'll say this. I DM some, I'll tell you who it is in a second, but I DM someone to see if they were gonna be there, and she has not responded to my DM yet. And the person I DM'd was Tiffany because I know
oh yeah, she's in that area too.
well,
Yeah, that
I
okay.
know she's going to one of his like I hate that we're giving him all this promo, but she's going to one of his like boot camp things in Annapolis.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that.
So she's going to one of his boot camp things in Annapolis. So I figured if she's going to that, maybe she's also going to the comedy show. But I think like Tiffany is like one of those people where like Tiffany's one of those people with like, kind of like for example like Statler, like Statler doesn't check. Maybe it's a Shabooty thing. Maybe it's like because I'm not that important to her. But like with Statler, she doesn't like if I DM her, she doesn't check her DMs of mine. But if I mention her in a story or like in a comment, she'll see it on Instagram. So the only way I can get Styler's attention is if I like do like an Instagram story and tag her, then she'll see it and she'll respond. But if I do a DM to Styler, she doesn't see it and doesn't respond. So Tiffany's the same way. I think like if I do a story,
Oh,
she'll see it and she won't. But otherwise, she won't respond to my DM.
yeah, Tiffany, that is true. Um, Tiffany would DM me and it would be like time sensitive and I would write her back and she wouldn't check it because her DMs get lost. So yeah, that's actually 100% true because we were having a conversation and she needed, well, I don't know if I can say this, but I probably can. We were going back and forth. She was working on getting divorced from Ronald and
Hmm.
she was asking for an attorney's information that I knew, an entertainment attorney who worked with divorce and international affairs. And we were going because what happened was Ronald refused to sign anything. So she would send information over to him, and or he would, well, since they got married over there, he needed to file it with the courts and then send it to her. He would never file anything with the courts. So she couldn't divorce him unless she got on a plane and divorced him. So we were working on something where we were able to serve, well, I don't want to say we, the lawyer and Tiffany were able to serve Ronald the papers, and then it was a no sign divorce where he didn't have to sign it and it would still go through. And
Hmm.
that's what we were discussing back and forth. And she never wrote me back. But she was like, oh my God, I just never see my DM. So yeah, no matter what it's about, she never sees it because she said it literally gets lost. She gets like thousands and thousands. So she's like, you'll be talking today, and then tomorrow it's like hundreds of DM spaces down, and she'll never see it.
Yeah, so there's that. Um, Sorry. Oh, one quick. I hate to like backtrack and totally ruin the flow of the show, but I just want to say one quick thing. Speaking of Jasmine, that I forgot to mention was like I posted a meme that somebody else posted. It was a photo of Matt's house uh in Michigan. And it said Jasmine left Panama for this, and it was a photo of Matt's house. And then like people in the comments were all like getting all butthurt and like getting all defensive. Like, how dare you make fun of that like modest but nice house? That's a really nice house. Like, why are you shitting on his home? I want to see your abode. So everyone's getting all butthurt, and I'm like, we're not trying to make fun of like Matt's house or the house. We're just like goofing on Jasmine and how she's trying to be like a big shot, like upscale chick, and she ends up with this having an affair with a guy in a modest house. So people were getting all butthurt in the comments.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I mean, well, I did notice the photo on Twitter,
Mm.
um, of the house because they show the outside of the house, and it is a very modest
Hmm.
Michigan. I think that was still when they were still in Michigan, Michigan home, right? It was pretty modest. It definitely is not a mansion. It definitely doesn't qualify as the $2,000 or $3,000 a month apartment she was living in Panama. Remember that really nice, the high rise, nice one.
Hmm.
Definitely doesn't compare to that. So she definitely took a step down. Well, I don't want to say a step, like 6 or 7 notches down the ladder when she got with Matt. But when you get with a guy who thinks he's a personal trainer, who they usually don't bring a lot to the table, right? They're not going to buy you a G-Wagon. They're not going to buy you a mansion. They usually live in a house that looks like that, but you get to look at their muscles all day. So that's kind of like the trade-off that you end up dealing with.
Yeah, so the comment, I'll just read some of the comment section because I feel like we miss out on the comment section a lot because there are some gems in there. So there were a lot of defenders of the modest Matt house. So I'll read some of them. I'll try to be objective. Like this one says, I live in the projects in the Bronx. That house looks fine to me. This one says it looked great on the inside from the pictures. And then this one says it looks like a shack. I lived in Michigan and this is considered a piece of garbage. Jasmine deserves what she got. And this one was another defender of it that said, "Don't hate on how people live. Show your house." And then I naturally replied, "STFU," which means shut the fuck up. um, this one says, "Back to humble beginnings. It's someone's home, and I know they love it, but I'm sure Jasmine wasn't feeling it, especially after living in." I don't know why I said California because that doesn't make sense. When did Jasmine live in California? I don't. Um, Anyway, let me see. There's a lot of people that I have restricted that commented on this post. Let's see. I think right about now Matt is thinking, what the hell have I done? Um, let's see. This one person, Dawn, who always irks me with her comments, who I have restricted, she says, "It's a nice brick home. While so many people are homeless, I'd call it a blessing." Now you see why I have her restricted because she annoys me. Anyway, let's see. I don't know if there's any other funny ones, but
No, I looked before because that was my job. Look at your posts, find funny comments, and I looked. There wasn't really anything
there
there.
was but the generally there was more defenders of the house than shitting on us. But just I want to remind people, like, yes, I post hot, exclusive, scintillating, and searing tea. A lot of times my account also posts snark posts and memes and satire that's obviously sarcastic, and it's mainly to get a rise out of people. So I'm not like actually shitting on the house. It's just to basically get a rise out of like Jasmine. So people need to remind themselves that it's not just solely serious tea. There's a lot of comedy on the page too. Thank you.
Well,
Anyway.
it's weird that people don't know that because if they came from Twitter, right? Like originally we were all on Twitter, and that's where all of the tea and content came from, and then it graduated to the spaces and then podcasts. But I think that people know that because when I first noticed you on Twitter, you were the meme god. I think that's what I had you in my phone as. You came up with the funniest, snarkiest content. And that was kind of what you were known for. So it's like anybody who doesn't know that, they must not have been around like since the beginning. And when I say since the beginning, I'm like talking like 5, 6, 7 years ago. Like back when we were all on Twitter, nobody was doing anything like audio or anything. It was all just Twitter. And I think a lot of people they weren't there in the beginning, so they don't fully understand what's going on now because they didn't see how this has evolved.
Yeah, I think it's like part of it is like when I break all the tea and this, the real tea and the stories, it's like breaking news and shit. Then people like expect, oh, if he's the guy that I go to as like the objective, like, is this story legit? Is this tea real? And I go to Shabooty and he has all those answers and he has the realness. And then people, so then they assume, then they like, oh well, he posts all the real shit. So it's like now if he makes like a goof satire post, oh I don't know, my head's about to explode. I can't handle it. I only want to go to him for real stuff. I can't go to him for like a funny sarcastic post. So a lot of people aren't. They're kind of like dim. No offense to if anyone follows me, but like some people are a little dense and dim-witted. They're not able to like separate the two things. But anyway,
Yeah, anyway, because they look at you as TMZ, I guess.
yeah.
But
Hmm.
Yeah, they're
You
looking at TMZ.
also
But now I'm not allowed to have fun anymore.
right. Yeah, yeah, like but you also have a sense of humor. Like obviously TMZ doesn't have a sense of humor. They're only giving news. And
Mm,
you're right, people have put you in that news category of he puts out fresh, hot news and tea that I can only find there. And the sense of humor is also a part of your personality. So it's like people need to understand that you're multifaceted. You can tell a joke and tell hot tea. You can do
mm,
both, right? Like isn't that what women say? Get a man that can do both. He can do both, ladies. So
mhm.
get
Mm-hmm.
out.
True. All right. So speaking of what's it called? News. The big. I guess I don't know if it's the biggest story of the week, but it's certainly the biggest fight of the week, which was Thais and Loren. And Loren was. I know Thais was on Pillow Talk, the Fourth of July edition. And again, I don't know if Tice actually said anything bad about Lauren or if it was just someone instigated Lauren and then Lauren went off the hinges. So I could read you real quick what Lauren DM'd. Well, I can't remember. So she DM'd Patrick, right?
Well,
You
I
said
That's right.
DM
but
Patrick.
at first, Thais said that she sent it to Patrick, but then in a later video, Thais said that she sent it to Patrick and her.
Mm.
So I guess Thais read it and ignored it, and then so she sent it to Patrick because I guess she wanted a response, like Lauren wanted a response, and Thais was like, "I'm not responding to this moron." So I guess she sent it to both of them.
Yeah, like before I read what Lauren wrote, let me like uh let me like leapfrog a little bit on the subject matter in terms of like before and after. So I'll read this. So yeah, like Tice posted the nasty message Lauren posted, and then Tice posted a video kind of going over the whole situation. And then everyone was waiting for like Lauren's clapback. And basically, like Lauren's quote unquote clapback or response didn't address the elephant in the room or the situation, but what her clapback video was basically like 30 seconds or a minute long, basically advertisement of the fact that she's in Israel and how amazing Israel is and everyone should visit. And then somebody had mentioned, and I've actually heard this from several people, that like is like so here's my question, and then we'll get into the Tice thing. But my question is, I know like Israel pays influencers to promote Israel as far as like a tourist destination and all that. So Lauren's kind of clapback was basically an advertisement for how amazing Israel is for like a tourist destination. And I know that's like a real thing as far as like they get paid to promote the country to visit it. So do you think Lauren's Israel's amazing to visit as a tourist destination video is like secretly a promotional video where she's paid to say it? That's my question. First question.
This ain't
I
the
don't
first
pay
time.
attention to her, but wouldn't she have all like the hashtags and at whatever and like
Well, I
wouldn't she
think it
have
was like
that?
it may have just been like an Instagram story video.
Well,
But she would still have all those tags on there.
Well, you don't really put tags. You could do I guess you could do one. You could do a hashtag, but you don't really hashtag a story that much.
this isn't the
True.
first time that she went online saying how great Israel is. Because I remember right when there was the beginning of the war, she was online saying, "Oh, they're saying that it's dangerous, it's unsafe, the people are turning on each other." And she was like, "I'm here right now, and everyone
Mhm.
is getting along. Everything is safe." Like this isn't the first time, second, third, or fourth time that she's defended Israel. And a lot of people can't figure out if it's because her husband is from there or if she's getting paid. But I think Andre brought it up at that dinner meeting they had on the first episode. He was like, "You ain't even got no job, so why would I take like advice from you?" So I definitely think that Lauren is a grifter.
Mhm.
If somebody was willing to offer her money to go on her story and say something, she would do it. So I like I said, I can't prove that she is or she isn't, but this isn't the first or 100th time that she went online speaking super highly of Israel. So
True.
if they are paying people to do it, she would definitely be one with her hand out. I would just say that.
True. Well, I agree. Yeah, I'm sure she'd do it for free, but I feel like the fact that if she is able to do it like for paid promo, that's like a cherry on top. Like that's like her heaven because she's basically saying what she'd want to say for free, but she's also getting paid. But anyway, what she didn't get paid to say, which was the thing to Thais, I could read it real quick. It says, "Hi Patrick. So I sent a message to your wife, and I'm hoping you can relay this one to her, as she never responds to me. I've never spoken bad about her. I am in Israel right now, and I've gotten multiple. First of all, I don't know why where she is important to this DM, right? Like, who gives a fuck where the fuck she is? Like, hey, George. Like, hey, George, I'm mad at you, but I'm in Boston right now, so I think you should know. Anyway, so anyway, like blah blah blah, she's in so and so. I've gotten multiple messages saying she's running her mouth poorly about me. I guess on Pillow Talk. I don't know what her damn problem is with me, but I'd appreciate if she shut her mouth about me. I've never had anything to do with her, nor do I now. So I'm not sure what her deal is towards me, but I'd appreciate it so much. Thanks. So that was her little snarky message to Patrick to relay to Thais.
That's pretty crazy to me to message. Okay, so Shabooty
Mhm.
or Gina. So say you were talking about me and I message you and you don't answer. So the next thing I do is I message your girlfriend or your boyfriend, your significant other, and
Mhm.
tell you to shut up. Insanity, right? Like that sounds like unstable instability crazy, and you're already like you're in another country, so you're messaging people from another country telling them that they don't have the right to speak, even though in America we have the freedom of fucking speech. You're telling them that they don't have the right to speak on a pillow talk show where they're being paid to have an opinion. They can't have an opinion about you. And it's wild to me because she has so many opinions on everyone, but the
Mhm.
fact that somebody has an opinion about her, they have to be silenced. Like they have to shut up. Like I've tried in every ounce of my being to give her and her husband a chance. I've tried watching their show. I've tried
Mhm.
and everything about I don't want to say Alexi necessarily. It's mostly just
It's her.
yeah, it's just her. She just is the most insufferable human being in the world. And I knew that something was weird when Thais made a story about mess because Thais is not the type to get involved in any type of anybody's mess, right? Even if it's
No.
about her, she has never clapped back at anybody. She has never said anything negative to anybody. Like I've had personal conversations with her where she may have said something about something happened between her and someone else super private. She would
Mhm.
never, ever go online and start like a feud with somebody. So when I saw it, I was like, it's Loren. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't even need to watch the video. I know that whatever happened is Lauren's fault because the fact that Thais is online talking about it, I already know who's at fault. I
Yeah,
already know.
like
I know who the bitch is, and I know who isn't. And I was like, I already know I'm Team Thais because I always been Team. It could be
like real quick, like yeah, like Lauren, first of all, yeah, I think she's a sourpuss and I think she's a Karen all combined in one. And then the other thing is like again, did the question is did Lauren actually go and watch Pillow Talk to see if Tice actually said anything about her? And I doubt she did. I think it was
No, she claims that people were telling
yeah, but
her.
that's my point is like before you go off the handle of messaging Tice and messaging her husband, go watch Pillow Talk and see if she actually said anything. Because I think it's like people always, you know, the 90, it even happens in the blogger world. Like motherfuckers like love to instigate. So you could not, I could, you know what I mean? Like you could say something or not even say something, and people will DM the other person and say, "Hey, Shabooty said something about you. Lauren, Thais said something about you," and then the person just like listens to the instigator and then goes off the handle.
yeah.
I think that
No,
that's probably what happened
no
too.
actual, no actual investigation. And I know and the fact to answer your question, I know for a fact that she didn't watch it because you can't watch anything TLC in Israel. So if she was actually messaging from Israel, no, she did not go and watch it and determine if anything actually was said because there's no way.
Can she? Because I watched TLC while I was overseas in December, but I had to use a VPN for my
Also,
Discovery Plus.
maybe she did. I'm still leaning towards she
She,
did.
she did not. She did not.
I don't
That
think she
bitch
has
did not.
I watched that pillow talk. Well, I don't want to lie. It was background noise. I had it on because I just wanted to see what was going on. So I was doing other things, but it was most definitely on. And I didn't hear anything that Thais. First of all, I've never heard Thais say anything offensive about anybody. And we've had a conversation many, 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 many times, right? Over and over years. I've never heard her say anything that I found to be offensive about another person. She's just not that type of person. We've had conversations where she told me that somebody did something horrible to her, but I've never heard her say or even in give me the inclination that she had done something offensive or mean towards anyone else. So even if somebody told me that, I would need to investigate because I know her well enough to know that's
Mhm.
bullshit. So and it's funny because if somebody said something about Loren, I would automatically believe it because I know that Loren is an insufferable, angry person. Like, and it's sad because it's sad that she's being known as a Karen who always wants to talk crap about people and never wants to take any criticism back, but that's kind of who she has become. She literally will talk about anyone, start shit with anyone, but if you have an opinion about her, she's pissed off you and she wants to blast you on her Instagram. She's like, she has to blast you for what you've done, but if you try to blast her for what she did, she flips out.
Yeah, so I don't even think Tice actually said anything bad about her. I think it's just somebody was probably instigating in the DMs, and then Lauren had to be her Lauren self.
Let me just say this,
Mhm.
Loren, if you're listening, just be happy someone is talking about you because you're boring, you are insignificant, you're unlikable, you're insufferable. And if we had our way, you would never have been back on TLC. The fact that TLC and Sharp likes you has nothing to do with the 90-day universe. We don't care for you. So
Mm.
just be happy that you're relevant and they're giving you a bone because if we got to vote like on Love Island, we would vote you off the show. Like, let's just be real. We will vote you off the show. We don't even want to see you. So the idea that you're there, just be happy and grateful because we don't even want it.
Yeah, so that was definitely, at least earlier in the week, that was definitely like the hottest story of the week because everyone was not freaking out, but everyone was reacting. And, you know, I know like Jamal was waiting for a response from Lauren and some, other people, cast members were reacting and stuff.
Well, yeah, because the most unproblematic cast member, Thais, is now tied into a issue, right? And it's when that happens, everyone's eyes and ears are perked up because they're like, "Wait, who?" That's like saying Kobe from Emily and Kobe is feuding with someone. Kobe don't feud with nobody. So if somebody brought Kobe's name up in mess, everybody would be like, "Well, let me look into that because Kobe don't do that." And that's kind of how it was with Thais when we saw that she was wrapped up in it, everybody was paying attention because that Loren, nobody was surprised. But Thais, we were like, wait, what? She don't even do that. Now I'm interested. Now I'm interested.
Yeah, I think that's what was a shock to everyone because Tice is like very soft spoken and kind of kind and nice. So to see her getting into the mud and mudslinging, it was kind of like interesting to see.
Yeah, I agree. It caught me by surprise. I was very surprised when I saw her in it. I was like, let me get my popcorn and my wine because this is about to get good because she don't fight with nobody.
Yeah, and then I used that opportunity to get I told Tice since I was on her side to I got her to follow me back. Oh, and then I don't know if you're gonna like this news or dislike this news. Aside from Tice, you know who else you know who else followed me this week on Instagram?
Um, okay, so you said I might not like it. Let me.
Mhm.
I give you hints, it's a female.
Is it Meatball Danielle?
No, but it's someone that like George has a nickname for.
I
It's
have
That's
a
not me,
too
nickname,
Danielle.
far.
and it's not Danielle.
Yeah, it's not Danielle. Just
Oh,
tell you,
yeah. Just tell me.
it's a Tiger Puff.
Oh, for fuck's
Ew!
sakes,
No, I gotta
no!
be Team Tiger Puff.
No, see, I can't rock with you.
No!
I can't rock with you. I'm sorry, we're not rocking.
No!
I can't
No!
deal with Tiger Puff. Like I really, really can't. And now I don't know how this is gonna work because if she becomes a friend of the show, then you're
Mm.
gonna have to just mute me. Like, because I don't even know how I'm gonna work around that. Like, I can tolerate a lot, but
Mm.
that's like saying that I have to be friends with Lauren, and it's like, no,
Yeah. No,
No!
like
no.
no, I wouldn't. It's just at the early stage of just we follow each other. That's basically all it is right now.
Oh,
But anyway, sorry to
I
break
don't
that
know.
news to you.
I don't know what to say. Like,
I don't know how I
not
feel about this.
not every follow is a good follow, right? Like, I think that is important to say. But so okay, so if Adnan followed you, would you follow him back?
Um, I don't know. First, I gotta make sure he doesn't have me blocked or anything. But who knows?
I mean, I would have thought she had you blocked. I know when Tiger Puff's season was active, she blocked me and unblocked me throughout the season. So like every time I would do a show and I would talk about her, she would block me. And then like the next week when she wasn't on the episode, she would unblock
She
me
would unblock you.
so she could like watch what I said that week. And then by the time her season ended, she just left me unblocked. So I just don't know. I don't know. I know that she doesn't like me because I know that she messaged me, oh my gosh, whenever her season was on, and she said something snarky, whatever. And I don't think
Didn't
I
she
did.
ask like, why were you so rude? Why couldn't you be a nicer person or something?
That's what it was, Gina. She was like, "Why do you have to be so rude?" And something along the lines of that. And I think I responded by saying, "Why do you have to be so annoying?" And she didn't care for that. And then she blocked me. And then the next week she unblocked me. And then she would block me again. Then she would unblock me. And then she would block me again. And then I just gave up. I just didn't care anymore.
Well,
So and honestly, I still don't care to this day. Like I really don't. I really, really.
True. So anyway, I had to break that news to you. Sorry to disappoint you, but yeah, Tiger Lily and I follow each other. Um, anyway,
So are you gonna spend $65,000 for her online store so you can get a free autograph photo?
I'm saving up for her like worn on the show cashmere sweater.
Yeah, it's only like $6,000. And it's Sheen. It's only like $6,000.
Yeah. Oh, and then yeah, so I'm saving up for that. Oh, and then I saw sorry to like crowbar this in. Speaking of Sheen, I know people make jokes like Timu so and so. I know Jasmine is literally like promoting Timu on her page now. How embarrassing.
oh, it's Timu now. She's downgraded from Fashion Nova to Timu
You're
now.
right. It
Literally
was.
promoting Timu.
Yeah, you're right. It was Fashion Nova. Now it's Timu. I mean, I guess anybody who's paying Jasmine, she'll take it. Because remember when we discovered her OnlyFans content and wow, so I think Jasmine is definitely like open to taking money from anybody who's giving it. And no offense to Matt, but I don't think that she got knocked up by a guy who's gonna be able to afford child support. So she's probably looking for as much cash flow as she.
It'd be funny if like if we're ever at a point where we have like money to throw away, it'd be funny to like, hit up Jasmine, not like obviously not under my name, but like just hit up Jasmine and say, hey, we'll give you like a couple $100. Like we want you to promote our dog food in like a video, and even if you could like try out the dog food in the video and taste the dog food and tell us how it is, that'd be amazing as part of the promo. She'd probably do it.
Oh, she would do that. I mean, I'm pretty sure if we sent her a dildo, she would do a video with that. Like, I don't think that there's like a lot of um restrictions in what Jasmine would or wouldn't do. Speaking of people putting weird stuff in their mouth, I saw that
Yeah.
reposted
With
Brittany.
Brittany.
Yeah. Brittany Banks, so guys, Brittany, she was with Yazan back in, I think they were on The Other Way actually. Back in the day, we're going back years, but she had this video that she posted on Instagram that Shabooty
I,
looked.
I put it on my Twitter, but not on my Instagram. So go look on
Oh yeah,
Twitter.
you're right. You were like, I ain't
Okay.
putting this on Instagram. You're not gonna get me. And it was like this like 30-foot long gummy
Gummy
worm,
worm, but
but
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
it definitely looked like something else. Okay, read between the lines.
very phallic.
Yeah, read between the lines. And she said she was eating it, but she was more so like just inserting it in her mouth.
Mhm.
I didn't see any biting happening. And, obviously this was a promotion for her OnlyFans because she has a pop in OnlyFans. Actually, we actually on the show found that OnlyFans content as well. And wow. Wow is just my statement for tonight. Just wow. So if you guys didn't see that, you have to go on Shabooty's Twitter. It's at Shabooty.com and see the video that Brittany Banks posted. And if you don't remember her, this will be a fun little walk down memory lane because when you see her face, you're instantly going to know exactly who we're talking about.
Yeah, so
Girl with the braces.
Yes, yes. Humongous boobs, big ass. Yeah, the second you see her face, you're gonna know exactly who it is. She's like one of those people that no matter it's like baby girl Lisa. The second you see her, you know exactly it brings you back to that season. You're gonna remember everything about it. But yeah, that weird post online was interesting because that was just a regular Instagram post. We're not talking OnlyFans. She put that on Instagram.
yeah, like
For
so she
how
put
long?
giant like gummy worm, and she supposedly it's like a taste test. So she's tasting one end because it's one flavor, and then she shoves the other end in her mouth to taste the other flavor. And then at the end of the video, she shoves both ends in her mouth to taste both flavors at once. Wink, wink. And then some of the comments were kind of funny because they were like, "Oh, I see she finally got her braces taken off."
She did.
So yeah. Anyway,
Just imagine if she submerged that in vodka, how it would like expand even more.
So yeah, rent must be due. So that was her little promo video. Um, and then okay, the next topic on our list was actually the other really. There's like three huge stories this week. So the second really huge story was Varya. How do you pronounce Varya's name?
I think
Um,
you're saying it right. I don't know.
saying it
Varya.
right. Or Varya. Yeah, I think you're
Varya,
saying it
whatever.
right.
The
Yeah.
Russian chick, Varya, the one with the guy Jeffrey who had the tattooed nipples. Anyway, that chick apparently she got arrested from like felony theft where she was stealing over $1,000 from a store. And then I think it came out today that it was from a Lowe's store over multiple instances. So they tracked her down based on the license plate of her car, which is under Jeffrey's name, and she got arrested. Well, she had a warrant. She got picked up for an outstanding warrant from one jurisdiction. Then she got transferred to, I think, not Knox Sheriff Department, whatever the fuck it is, in Tennessee. And so she got all hemmed up, locked up, and there's a mugshot, and she had a $2,000 bail, basically for stealing from Lowe's. So that was a huge story.
Yeah, that was a little shocking because I know that she had been traveling and she had been posting like these Zen posts. Like she's like, all these things have gone wrong in my life, but it doesn't mean I can't smile. And sometimes things don't go the way you like, very like
Mm.
namaste. Like she was making the best out of that situation because Jeffrey was sentenced to like 18 years in prison. So like, and they had just gotten married and all this. So she was posting things like she was, coping with this and things were going well, and then we see that she gets arrested out of nowhere. And what do you steal over multiple trips from Lowe's? Like
That's a
every
good
time I go to Lowe's, it's like something really big, like a lawnmower or a refrigerator. Like what do you steal from there that you aren't being detected? Because like how do you walk out of there with a refrigerator? Like I was so confused by that.
Or any power tools, because it would. I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
don't.
That's $1 million. That's a really good question because it's
I
like,
know, right? Because
like
what do they even sell small enough that you could go like 20 times and take? Because
yeah,
every time I go there, I need one of those flatbread things to get whatever I'm getting out of the store because it's
The
mad.
yeah.
flat pallet, like
Yeah.
Costco
That's a good
carts.
question because like anything of value there is like you said, an appliance or something huge. There's nothing really to me in my mind of value that like you can like shove under your shirt or something. You know what I mean?
Well, right. I know they sell like light bulbs and they sell like the little washers that go in the pipes. But if she was stealing it, I'm assuming from Lowe's, it was to resell, right? Because I can't
That's
It's
what
the
I'm
imagine.
thinking.
resale.
Yeah.
Oh, she could be stealing maybe copper wire.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard that people strip that out of buildings. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
possible. But how much but I also heard that you have to have like a lot of it for it to be worth anything.
Yeah, I would assume it's like something that's small but expensive or whatever.
Well, whatever it was, it didn't work out. They caught her,
Mm.
right? Like they caught her. And I don't know, is I was saying earlier, I was like, I know this is political, but stealing or getting arrested while you're here as an immigrant on a green card isn't a good idea because the administration is now trying to kick everybody out. So I
Mhm.
was like, this was probably not in her best interest because they're looking for reasons to make people leave. And I was like, so even though this is petty theft, if you're an American citizen, this is considered petty. But if you're an immigrant, this could
Well,
be like,
well, let me correct you. It's a felony. So
oh, so this is felony.
yeah, because I think it was like over 1,500 or so.
Oh, this ain't petty theft. Okay. Well,
Mm-mm.
either irregardless, I think this is not in her best interest for right now. The way that the political climate is right now, you
Mm.
need to be staying out of handcuffs, especially
Yeah.
if you're an immigrant, because for some reason the country has taken this weird, strange turn where they don't consider anybody
You,
a citizen,
you need
even
to be out of sight, out of mind. You just need to
yeah.
make yourself visible.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like so I don't know how this is gonna
Yeah,
go.
and she's like she's a high in terms of like overall, she's a high profile person. Maybe we're drinking our own Kool-Aid, but at least in our world, she's a high profile person. So anytime the administration can make an example out of you getting arrested and convicted, and then they deport your ass. It's, you know what I mean? They'll make an example out of you if they can.
Yeah, you're right. And because back when Larissa kept getting arrested, right? The political climate was different. There wasn't even a conversation that she could be deported. But now it is highly likely that they're like, oh, let's not put her in jail. Let's just send her back. Like, because that's the climate, unfortunately, that our country is in. We
Yeah,
don't want it.
yeah, like nowadays it's like with certain people, yeah, it's like nowadays it's like if they have an option of like, hey, we could put you in jail for a couple of years, or we could send you back to your country, they'll just rather send you back to the country. But
Yeah, because it's going to be cheaper because
like now,
like
thinking not to get like George was saying, not to get into like a political conversation. Nowadays, they'll fucking nowadays you'll be lucky to be deported from your origin country because now they'll deport you to fucking any country like Libya or some African country or some other shit. They'll deport you anywhere that you're not even from.
Yeah,
yeah, shit.
it's not a good time, especially for your immigrant in America. And it's sad because this isn't the country that our forefathers wanted. And you know what? Let's not even I don't even want to talk about this because it's too political.
Let's not. Let's pot.
Yeah, let's not
Let's
even get into that.
Mhm. Okay, so well that story, it was a huge story. I was posting about it, but yeah, that was a big story to see her, get arrested. It was weird though. It was almost like because there was a story with Natalie, allegedly it was a fake story of her getting arrested for drugs, and then when the Varya story of her getting arrested initially, I never reported that way, but on Reddit they were saying she got arrested for drugs, and I didn't really fall in line with that line of thinking because it seemed like bullshit. So it seemed like it definitely was bullshit. But it was funny because like Natalie got fake arrested for drugs, and then Varya, the initial story out of Reddit was she got arrested for drugs, which ended up their drug part wasn't true, but it was like identical to the Natalie story initially.
Well, right. I think some people were trying to speculate, oh, well, this is allegedly obviously stealing and using converting the money for drugs. None of that has been substantiated, or no one can prove that. We don't know what was going on. We don't even know what she stole. So that's all hearsay at this point. The only thing that's actual fact is she was arrested for theft, and everything that we know, and the amount. If she was on drugs or not, completely unknown at this point.
Yeah, I think people were reading into the like police codes a little too deeply. But anyways, happy birthday to Mohamed in New Mexico, aka oh my God.
Oh yeah, it's his birthday. Happy
Costco.
birthday.
Works at Costco. Got his
Yeah.
Costco birthday cake.
The people call him scammer, but at least he works hard at Costco. Give him that.
Hey, I'm not judging. He's not a personal trainer.
Well, he was in Egypt.
Well, no, he was. They all are, but he actually came over here and got a normal 9 to 5, and he plumped out a little bit. He's definitely not hitting the gym 6 times a week like he was before. He got a little thicker, and he's
It's
working.
those free samples and those freaking hot dogs at
The
Costco.
$1 hot dogs or
Yeah,
something.
The
those hot dogs
$1.50
are
hot.
so good. I know
Well,
they're so good. Oh, also Molly Hopkins had a birthday as well. I call Molly. She's one of my good friends, but I always call her 90 Day Royalty because Molly Hopkins. She's been in the game. She did that show Double Divas before she did 90 Day. That's my girl. We've been friends for years. So happy birthday to my girl Molly Hopkins. She owns that Livy Ray lingerie store.
in Georgia, right?
Yeah, we talked about Livy on here before, but yeah, happy.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least Livy didn't like go all terroristic on me.
No, Livy probably was like, "Ooh, you're talking about me." She probably saw the boost in subs and was like, "Okay, all right, I see you. I see you."
Yeah, and the pink pony.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
she.
no, no, I have a birthday shout out. Liz's mom's birthday is today.
I saw that
Oh,
too.
happy birthday to Mama Liz.
True. And then, oh, let me see. Well, let me check the calendar real quick. And
It's free Slurpee Day at 7-Eleven. Just don't forget to add your vodka.
true. Oh, and then my mom's birthday was 2 days ago, and then my birthday is 2 days from now. So it's everyone's birthday these days.
Oh yeah, mine was
Well,
the 28th. Why are we all born around the same time? And Gina, yours
I
was
know.
the 30th.
Mine was the 29th.
Oh, the
Mine was the
29th.
day
Yours was
after
the day
yours.
after mine. Oh shit, we're all around the same time. We should have all did something together.
Right?
We really should plan better. We really should.
Well, yeah,
Next year.
hopefully, Liz, in a couple days, Liz wishes me a birthday publicly. I'm looking forward to that.
She better. If she does, I'm gonna be extremely upset on your behalf.
No, I think I'm gonna fish for it. So I'm gonna have to like text her and say, "Hey, it's my birthday. Can
I
I get
mean,
a public
she
Well,
acknowledgement?"
no, you don't want to do that because then it's just like, well, that's obvious.
I
she
don't
should
give a fuck. You
know.
know me, I'm shameless. I don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah.
She should
Let's,
absolutely know that it's your birthday. Like if
yeah,
she,
have it on your calendar.
I'm gonna be angry that she doesn't if she doesn't, because that's gonna bother me. Because she should absolutely know.
Yeah, well, what I'll do, at least what I did would do on Twitter back in the day, like I would at least on Twitter it's easy, but like with Twitter, I would just like literally retweet every single birthday mention. I know it's annoying as fuck, but I retweet everyone on Instagram. I guess I
Yeah,
could share,
just do that.
I could share stories on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she should be the first person to do it. Like I hate to set the bar really high, but like I feel like she should meet you where your friendship is with her, and I feel like y'all are really tight. So
Mm-hmm.
there's no pressure, but I'm gonna need you to show up and show out for our boy Shabooty. No pressure though.
True. And then if anyone is a super fan and is listening to us, and if you're in the Boston area, I'll be at the Boston Red Sox game on Sunday, which is my birthday. So yeah, if you're gonna be at the stadium as well, let me know. We could link up, but I don't think our show is that big where that would actually result in anyone wanting to meet me. But it's fun to throw it out there anyway.
You never know. I've seen the map, and there's a lot of people listening from a lot of different places, so you never know.
True. So yeah, expect a lot of like expect this weekend for me to be very annoying on social media with a lot of posts and reposts that are not even necessarily 90-day related, but I'll probably be very annoying. So I'll just give you the heads up. Oh, I do have let me do another I hope to get a shout out from. I hope what's her name? Jenny from Toronto gives me a birthday shout out. Thank you.
Oh yeah, Jenny. Jenny, absolutely. I would
Jenny from the block,
yeah,
Yeah.
Jenny from the Toronto block. I would expect that actually. I
from
would
the
hope.
T dot.
Yeah, so there's little Jenny, you're on, there's, I'm putting pressure on you to give me a birthday shout out. Anyway, so there's that going on. And then, okay, so we have like one other topic before, I don't know if Gina has strip club reviews.
I do.
Okay, good. So we have one topic and then we'll get into strip club reviews. And the one topic is the most like sad one, not to like bring the show down, but I guess it's like Eric Rosenbrook and Leidia, I don't know how to pronounce her name. So they had a fucked up story where I guess it was like a DV on was the 4th of July. And then apparently like 5 days later, their daughter that was like I forget how old, like less than a year old.
5 weeks
5 weeks. Oh, that's even crazier.
yeah.
So they have a 5 year old, and apparently the 5 year old passed away. And there's a lot of like uncertainty on what exactly happened. Was it connected to the? Let me just say allegedly, but was it connected to the DV situation? So it's very fucked up, sad story, and there's a lot of murkiness in there. So I'll let you take over.
Well, see, this story was very strange for me. So, just a little background. This is not the first DV story that came out with Eric and Leidia. So, this was, I think, the second or third. And every time there was a DV incident, she would go to Instagram and she would document her injuries. She would document what happened. This one on the 4th of July, Eric was arrested. I believe he was arrested on the one before as well. So this would be at least the second one. I don't want to get to say there was three. I don't remember specifically. But what was interesting, she posted on her story. She said that Eric got really drunk. This is all allegedly because I don't have the police report in front of me. This is just what Leota said on her story. So what she said and what actually happened could be different. We don't know that. We weren't there. But she said that Eric went out, he got drunk, he came home, she was holding their daughter, and he was getting physical and they were yelling, and he slapped her. And she said that she had had enough and she called the police, and then he was consequently arrested. But what came out recently was the baby was on life support for the past 5 days. This was leading up to the 9th. And a lot of people were doing the math and they were like, oh, well, if this happened on the 4th of July. The baby passed away on the 9th. The baby was on life support for 5 days. The baby went on life support the day of the domestic violence incident. The math is mathing. Do we know what happened to this baby? Absolutely not. This baby could have had a pre-existing illness that it was born with. We don't know what specifically.
Allegedly, I read it was like RSV, but like
No,
I read it.
I think you're mixing up two stories, Gina.
Really?
Yeah,
No, I
that
thought
was David's baby.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
David
Okay.
and Annie. Yeah, David and Annie's baby does have some medical issues as well. We should talk about that too. But this is Eric and Liella's baby.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
unfortunately, this baby passed away. And a lot of people are really, really disturbed by it because the way the story is, the math is mathing in the dates. Because they were like, well, the baby went into the hospital the same day that she claims he was being physical with her. And she did say in one of the stories that she was holding the baby when it happened, and then he tried to take the baby from her, and she refused to let him touch the baby. So a lot of people are now making assumptions. And again, he was not arrested for anything that has to do with hurting anyone other than his wife. So I want to be clear with that. There's no charges against him for anything that is related to the baby. There is an open investigation. Whenever something happens to a child, there is an open investigation on what happened. They don't just take a statement from anyone who is there. There is going to be an ongoing open investigation with law enforcement so they can get to the bottom of what took place, because especially children that can't talk, they can't explain their injuries. They're going to try to figure out, but they said that the doctor saw the baby and said that it had very, very serious injuries. That's
Yeah,
all.
like very like physical injury.
Physical
Like
injuries.
blunt, allegedly, like I'm not saying this is what happened, but blunt force trauma type esque injuries is one.
Oh
Correct.
God.
Correct. Now
Oh,
this story really, really hurts because this is a tiny baby, a 5-week-old baby, completely innocent. And we don't know what happened, but we know that this baby is no longer here. And
oh dear God.
I don't even know where to begin. There's a mother that doesn't have a child. There's a father that no longer has a child. This whole story is just rocking the 90-day world because we've always known about the domestic issues because she's been very vocal on Instagram on, whenever things happen. And she even showed a video where he was out sleeping in his car, passed out. Like she's very open and she documents everything. But this really, really bothers me. And I really hope that they're going to get to the bottom of what happened, because there was a story. I don't know if you guys remember, with the last domestic incident where Eric claimed that she hurt their dog. Do you guys remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He made that claim. She said that he hurt her. He said that she hurt their dog. And I don't know what is going on in that house, but I really need to know, because now there was a dog that was injured and hurt, and now there's a baby that is no longer. We got to figure out what's going on, because this is not okay. And
That's so toxic, and they just need to be away from each other. I don't
that's
even know why.
thank you.
Yeah.
Like it's clear that this relationship is not going to work out. They're not going to get along. If anyone is ever in a physical situation like that, I pray that they're able to leave and just be safe for themselves, for their family, for anybody. I don't understand why they kept trying to make this work. It's been very clear that they're not going to make it as a couple. But to this boiling point now we are minus a beautiful, innocent child in this world, and it breaks my heart. And I know that everyone is making all these weird speculations, but at the end of the day, we got to wait until the investigation is completed before we make any accusations or assumptions of who or what may have taken place. I know that our minds want to go in that direction, but at the end of the day, we don't know what happened.
True, yeah, and yeah, like this is a story. My T post stuff. I like the more lighthearted stories and shit. Like like when there were all the like hunt for love tea and all that stuff. But like these kind of stories is not really why I started
No.
90 Day thing.
This makes it too real for me. Like I like when there's two, like when Loren and Thais are going back and forth. That's fun, right? No one is hurt. At the end of the day, they're both sleeping in their beds perfectly safe and fine. Like this makes it too real for me. Like I like my reality TV to be entertainment. When we're talking the health and well-being and life of people involved, that is not fun for me at all. So I hate it when something I love like this, it starts to hit such a real life situation, because now, this is not entertainment purposes. These are all people with real lives, with real situations that are affecting all of us, because we feel invested in their relationship and marriage because we watched it on TV, and then now we feel like we deserve to know what happened. So now we're all wrapped up in this super serious, negative, sad story, because at the end of the day, no one wins in this situation. Everyone is a loser in this situation.
True. Yeah. I mean, I can keep going on and bringing up sad anecdotes and sad stories of other, not related to this, but like sad stories. But we should probably just like move on.
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
David and Annie's baby was in the hospital.
Mhm.
And they were treating that baby and they were asking for prayer. So if anybody wants to pray for the baby and make sure that everything is okay, it was receiving treatment, and I have heard that things were going better, but at the end of the day, we just want to make sure that David and Annie's baby is okay. We know how much they wanted that and how much they fought to have that. David had a vasectomy. They went through a lot for this baby. So we're hoping that everything is fine with their baby as well.
True. Um, Now this is going to be awkward to our listeners, but we went from all these like horror stories and sad stories, and to end the show, we have like strip club reviews. I know that's like an awkward segue.
Yeah, that's weird. We should have switched up the lineup a little bit
We
because
apologize for the awkward segue.
We are not insensitive people. We have hearts.
no,
Yeah.
no, we definitely do. We do.
Yeah. So anyway, I know this is going to be an awkward segue, but and just for the record, like you all should be happy that we're even doing this show because like yeah, this is a condensed show because yeah, like time is of a essence. So anyway, just be happy we're doing the show, and I'm going to try to upload it tonight as a extra bonus for y'all. Anyways, so let's go to the more positive note, which is strip club reviews. And then I'm actually excited because I think the one Gina pulled is actually a place I've been to, if it's the Baltimore one.
Yeah.
Wait, so you've been to this strip club?
Yeah, and I have not
That,
read the
al-
reviews.
that always makes it more fun because I feel like we have like eyes on the inside.
Yeah, because I could give you like detail, like like firsthand details. So this place, first, I'll give you all the details I know without even reading the reviews yet. So the details are, first of all, it's not open any longer. Second of all, it was like a members type club in the sense of like you can't just like walk in and pay like $5 and get in. You walk up to there and then they're like, all right, you have to be a member, and the only way to be a member, you have to pay like $75 or some shit. So you pay like $75 entry fee to get in, and then they'll give you a card. And then the member card is good for a year. So if you come back within that 12 months, you basically don't pay an entry fee. You just show them your card. But every 12 months, you have to pay like $75 to be a member.
Interesting. So it's like a country club.
Exclusive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like a strip club. I've never heard of this. I don't dislike the idea. Like if I live in the area, I'm not against it, right?
Yeah, if you go often, I guess it makes sense. Then you won't have to pay like a $20 cover every time. You just pay like $75 one time a year, and you're good, and you go in. But if you go like once a year, then that could be problematic. And then the other kind of interesting facet of this place is it's I mentioned it before, but I didn't say it was specifically this club because you wouldn't know anyway. But it's a place that was like a BYOB club, like bring your own beer or booze or whatever. So
Hey, is that legal?
well, in this place, they don't. I don't know if I don't think they serve their own alcohol. So but it's a BYOB. Yeah, you bring your own booze.
I didn't know that you could do that because I thought in order for the establishment for you to drink it on the property, you had to buy it from them. So,
I think it was like the workaround is like they're not selling it, but you could bring it in, but they're not the ones in charge because in terms of like selling it to you, so they're less liable. But then
uh-huh.
this was a place that I said like, and this is not like an embellishment or a sarcastic or an exaggeration. Like literally, dudes would have like a giant like cooler that you take like on a fishing trip with like a wheel at the end and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. What did we
multiple.
say? The Stanley Cup.
Yeah, like like a giant cooler. Yeah, whether it's Stanley brand or not, I don't know, but it has like the wheel on one end and it has like a handle on the other end, and it's giant and it's filled with ice and like drinks. So people would literally wheel in like freaking coolers for their BYOB experience.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, and then I can't remember how much I think it's like one of those places like even though it's maybe like a shithole, the lap it's like one of those like shithole places, but then the lap dances are like exorbitant for the shitholeness. So it may be a place, this is just off memory. It may be a place where it's like $30 or more for a lap dance. Anyway, so yeah, and a lot of the chicks are like tatted up. So
Oh.
I remember from it. This is just off my memory.
And you said that it's defunct, like it's no longer there.
No longer there. And then also another like tidbit is it was not in a good part of town. It was in a shitty, shady part of Baltimore.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So that's a Shabooty like background information, firsthand background information on it. So anyway, let's get to the reviews. So, and I guess I could tell you the name since it's not even open anymore. It was called Players Club at Wagon Wheel, aka Wagon Wheel Players Club. Right, ready for the reviews, everyone?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay, here he goes. One sentence, 5-star review from Tony. This club is the fucking shit. 5 out of 5 stars.
Oh,
I didn't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing. Like,
That's
yeah.
good. He liked it. Here's a 1-star review from username Shitter. Nasty shithole. Great place to unload. Parentheses all over the floor.
what?
I
Ew.
don't know if he like jerks off on the floor or something.
But is it permitted? Like, is he saying that they allow him to do it? Like,
Nah, I don't think so. I think this is a weird dude. 1-star review. It says this club is not worth the drive, the gas, the cover, and the time. 1 stars.
damn.
It's definitely a place like it's a trek, like it's out of the way, it's in the hood. But anyway, 1-star review from Johnny. It says it used to be awesome. Now it's dirty and washed up. 1 star. Here's a 1-star review from Simon. It says, may I be the first to ask, what is up with the club? Hire some hotties. 1 star. Uh,
Well, maybe the location stops the hotties from getting there. Like maybe it's too out of the way.
true. Here's a 1-star review from Pulaski. It says, I can't believe the cops haven't raided this place yet. 1 star.
I mean, maybe they did by now because it's gone. Like,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what?
So maybe they finally
Maybe
raided
they
it.
did. Yeah, maybe they got around to it.
Mhm. Here's a 1-star review from Phil. It says, what kind of dump is this? 1 star. Here's a 1-star review from Fuck. It says, what a shithole. 1 star. Here's a 1-star review from Ron. It says, $35 cover. Some people have money to burn. For that much dough, you better have a lot of dimes. This place had none. Disgustingly greedy club. 1 star. So,
$35 cover does seem crazy to me. Like that would have to involve like I would have to get a free lap dance and the make your own pasta bar. Like cuz that's crazy. $35 just to get in is wild cuz I got to pay for my dances too.
yeah, the 35, I may be a thing though, where it's like you pay $35 and you get a card and then you can come back for the rest of the year or something. I don't know. Okay, here's a 2-star review from Hyperinflated. Prices at this place for that dough, I expect dancers in the 8 to 9 range, 2 stars. So it seems like the prices are hyperinflated. Here's a 1-star review from BLT. The bacon is too fatty. So I guess that's a food review. I don't know. Or is that
So did they serve food for Shabooty or you weren't paying
I don't
attention
remember
to
the food.
that?
Or do you think that's like a comment about the women? The bacon is
Yeah, I
too
was going to
fatty.
say maybe he's saying that the women are chunky.
Yeah, I've had a guess in hindsight between food and chunkiness. I think I'm gonna go with chunkiness, maybe. I don't know. Here's a 5 out of 5 star from the big guy. Awesome. I found 2 new girlfriends. I hope my wife does not mind. Haha, 5 stars.
Oh, there's a 5-star review in there.
Yeah, he found a couple girlfriends and he has
Okay.
Hopefully his wife doesn't mind.
Yeah,
yeah,
hopefully she doesn't listen to this podcast.
true. Here's a 2-star review from Chaps. It says, drop the cover to 15 and find some hotter chicks and I'll be a regular. 2 stars.
Oh, still gave him 2 stars. Okay.
Oh, here's a presidential review from username Obama. This says fantasies and by the way, WW I think means white women, so I'm just gonna go with that. Fantasies and white women are not worth the money and time. Too many pregnant women at fantasies and too many unappealing women at W. Oh no, WW means wagon wheel. I fucked up. I thought I meant white women. Fantasy. Let me reread the whole review from Obama. My apologies, President. It says fantasies and wagon wheel are not worth the money and time. Too many pregnant women at fantasies and too many unappealing women at wagon wheel. 1 star from Obama.
Wow. The president does not approve.
True. Well, at
He
least
does not approve this message.
yeah, and that was a joke. I don't know if it's actually Obama. Here's a one-star review from Raunchy. It says, "Oh, no alcohol, very grimy, not a place to entertain clients or guests." So yeah, it's like BYOB. Um, JR one star. Girls here range from 3 to 6. I would not recommend this spot. 1 star. Here's a one-star review from Zappy. I'm tired of seeing the same old faces. Need newbies. 1 star. Here's a one-star review from Patron or Patron, actually. It says, I'd have to agree with the last post. The girls here have bad attitudes and unattractive for my taste. I'll go elsewhere here on out. The cover is too high. 1 stars. So yeah, no one likes the cover. Here's a one-star review from Passer. The girls need to keep up with appearances. Not attractive, in my opinion. 1 star. So there's that batch. Let's see.
This next one is a little bit offensive. It talks about a women's hygiene, so FYI. So yeah.
Sure, but this is a different club or a same club?
No, same club, but just putting it out there.
Mhm. Yeah, so if anyone doesn't like any of the upcoming reviews, blame Gina. Anyway,
Just this one. Just this one.
okay, here's from Larry. It says, and again, I don't pre-screen these. This says the absolute. Oh, let me start again. This is the absolute worst club in America, and the strippers are stinking. They smell like a fish market because they had not washed their vagina in a month.
Oh,
That's 1 stars.
a month? That's crazy.
Mhm. Here's a 1 star review from First Timer. I came here with a friend of mine last night and we're very disappointed. The cover's too high, the girls are not friendly, too pushy, and most were unattractive. Stage performances were lame. 1 star. Here's a 1 star review. It says hire some hot girls. 1 star. Here's a 2 star review from Salmon. I don't know if that's about the women or that's just the guy's name. It says, good, nice for lap dances. The only thing that they don't strip their panties, but you're allowed to touch boobs and ass. Nice place to come. 2 stars.
I wonder what he meant by come.
I don't
Because
know.
I thought it would say a nice place to go. So I wonder, I think I know what he meant.
Yeah. Well, he definitely spelled it with 3 letters instead of 4 letters.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think I know what's going on there.
Here's a 1 star review from Fugly. Girls here are crack ass ugly. Stop sniffing the yellow snow, yo. 1 stars. Here's a 1 star review from Billy. It says most of these girls should not be stripping. 1 star. Here's a 1 star review from username Place Sucked. We'll never go back. The girls are trashy and nasty. 1 star. Here's a 1 star review from Petey. More like rundown crack house basement. 1 star.
Oh, wow. Not even like the first floor of the crack house. We're talking the basement. The
True.
basement level. Like not even the floor where you go get your drugs. We're talking about below it.
Here's a
The
user,
lavatory.
Yeah, that's pretty nasty.
here's a 2 star review from username FU. It says the place is a ripoff. They've raised the price of the cover to $24. The dancer quality sucks. The girls with small tits and stick figure appearances overall not worth the money. 2 stars.
Mm.
And then here's a 1 star review from Friday. I came in here last night and was very disappointed. For that kind of cover, I was expecting some hotties. I will take my cash elsewhere. 1 star. Here's a 1 star review from CC. It says, I was in here the other night and I was disgusted. This place is small and the girls are ugly. 1 star. Here's a 1 star review from Ralphie. What a dump this is. 1 star. Here's a 1 star review from Ray Ray. This club is the worst club in Baltimore. The girls are low range and belong behind a cash register. 1 star. Ouch.
They belong behind like a cash register, so they shouldn't. So he think they should be cashiers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like telling them what jobs they're qualified for.
Here's a 1 star review from Newman. He says, Fantasy sucks. This place sucks. The girls here are below average, not worth the cover. 1 star. Here's a 1 star review. It says, please hire some hot girls. 1 star. And I think that was it, actually. That was the final one. So
That's it.
yeah, that was
I mean,
that was
I think I think that if you're gonna charge a high cover, you should have some pretty exclusive girls, right?
If I'm paying $25 for cover, there better be some hot ass chicks on the
Well,
dancing on the pole.
at
Because
least
if
a
not,
headline.
I'm gonna feel ripped off.
Well, at least a headline girl, like a girl that maybe she's goaded on Instagram or she was on the hills 20 years ago. Like if you're gonna charge, like you need to have a headline spotlight dancer if you're gonna be charging 35 to $75. Somebody needs to come out to make that worth it, right? Like you can't just charge that for anybody. Like I need them at least to have more than 25,000 followers on Instagram. And maybe they were like a guest on Charm School back in the day, right? Like there needs to be something.
Yeah, I think like I was saying earlier, like I think that's kind of like this the hustle is like when I went, I feel like it was even more, but I feel like when I went, it was like almost like at least like maybe like $50 or some shit. But they try to trick you where they say, hey, the cover to be a member is $50, but once you pay the $50, we'll give you a card. And then for the next 12 months, when you come back with your card, we won't charge you cover. You just come in with a card. But then if you only come there once or twice a year, you're still paying $50 to get it.
Yeah,
Well,
$25, right? If you're
Yeah.
coming like
well,
once a month, then it makes sense.
Like I never went there more than once a year or so.
well, the scam is they already got your money before you get in. So once you go in and realize you ain't never coming back there, they already got your money for the whole year.
The
Mhm.
That's
membership.
because before they even let your ass in there to see who's dancing, you gotta.
God damn, it sounds like a gym membership.
Yeah,
Fuck.
you don't even know who's on the pole before you buy a year's membership. They know what they do, and that's the biggest scam I ever heard.
Mhm.
I would be like a
But
year
I
membership.
will say I can't I've probably been there like twice in my life, and I will say the one time I went, I had a good time, but it was probably because of like the company I was with. I was with like a large group of homies, like 4 or 5 of us, or 6 of us, or 7 of us. I don't even remember, but it was a huge amount of us all went there, and we had a good ass time. But probably because we were with like a large group of people. So yeah,
Oh, so
I
with
was like
wait,
I was like Mr. Beast with his like Navy crew. I was
so
deep.
since it was a lot of y'all, did y'all all have to pay a cover, or is there like you just had to pay the one membership?
No, I think they dinged all of us for like the huge ass cover membership card.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I know. So they probably made $300 just on y'all showing up.
Yeah, I think yeah. So
Yeah,
or I don't know
that's
if it was a bachelor. I don't know if it was a bachelor party, but it was like that was the reason. So we're like, well, we can't like cheap out now.
so when you were
Oh,
there,
hell no.
were the girls what was your because I know what the review said. Were the reviews in line with what you saw?
Like for the most part, like well, okay. So the girls that I remember, they were very like there's different levels, but like they were the chicks I remember they were like super tatted up. So they seemed I mean, you could be like tatted up and still be like super hot, but they were like tatted up and kind of like trashy looking. So
I got you. Yeah, you're right. I know what you mean because there's a stereotype about tattoos and there's different types of girls with tattoos because I know exactly where you're going with that because there's girls that still look very very feminine with tattoos and then there's girls that kind of come across as a little more aggressive.
yeah, like a little I don't want to be like rude, but like kind of like the white trash type.
Yeah,
So yeah, they were more like the trashier type of tatted up chicks versus like a hot, super tatted up chick that's like so out of your league. It just didn't have some tattoos.
interesting.
Look, it looks like it's like literally in the middle of nowhere with
Yeah,
like tire, like a junkyard.
it's like
There's a
an
lot.
industrial area.
Yeah, the only thing close
Oh,
by is a Dunkin' Donuts.
It's super shady. Like I remember the time I went, like we went and stopped like at a gas station before, like I'm within a mile of the club. We stopped at a gas station, and I was like, "Holy shit! I hope we survive this gas station. We don't get robbed at the gas station." That's how shady the area was.
oh, that's crazy. Well, Gina, when did it close? Did it close recently?
Oh, I don't know. That's a Shabooty question. He's from that area. I wouldn't know when it closed.
Probably like within the last 3 years or so.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because I know when you go on Yelp or whatever, it'll tell you like how long this place has been out of business.
Mhm.
Because somebody mentioned in the reviews, they're like, I'm surprised it hasn't been rated yet. And I was like, I wonder if it got rated. That's why it's closed.
It
I was,
just says like it's permanently closed. That's it. Doesn't say when it was closed.
oh, it doesn't say when. Because I was curious. I
Yeah.
was like, I wonder if it really was rated. Because I
No,
don't think
and
they're allowed. I don't think you're allowed to even let people drink alcohol in your establishment without a license. I know you needed to sell it, but I don't think that you can let people drink it.
No, I feel
Hmm.
like long as you're not selling it, that's how they do like the BYOB. That's how they get around it.
Well, it's weird. It might have closed like 4 months ago, or like because a reviewer on Yelp said like left a review 4 months ago, but we don't know if that's an older like he's referring back to but referring back to an yesteryear or what's going on. Strange.
I don't know. But I'll just say this though, like, yeah, that's in a super shady area of Baltimore. I don't recommend just like going there alone and shit. But I will say one thing though, just I know Baltimore gets a bad rap because the TV show The Wire and all that. But like I will say this, like the downtown areas are really nice. There's an area called like Power Plant Live, and it's like really nice. So this specific club, the Wagon Wheel Players Club, is definitely in the shady part of town. But as far as generally speaking, Baltimore, like the harbor and like or Orioles Stadium, the baseball stadium, all that area is like really nice. So yeah, so don't think Baltimore's super shitty. It's just this specific area where the wagon wheel is.
There's shitty areas in
Yeah.
every city.
Every city, yeah, no,
So
I just had to put that out there.
Yeah.
And then, oh, I'll just give a plug actually. If you are in Baltimore, check out this chicken place because my friend actually runs it. It's called Connie's Chicken and Waffles. So if you're in Baltimore, stop by Connie's Chicken and Waffles. This is not a paid promo, but my best friend actually co-owns it or runs it. So yeah, check that out.
Oh, okay. I love me some chicken and waffles, so I'm down.
I
Next.
used to love me some chicken and waffles, but it doesn't sit well
True.
in my stomach.
There's that. And
Oh.
then what was I gonna say? Oh, so like I said, there's good news and bad news. Like the good news is I'm gonna try to upload this episode Friday, 90 Day Fiance Fridays on a Friday. Friday, I'm gonna try to actually upload it on a Friday night, which is a first. And then the bad news is we don't know what will happen, but we may or may not do a show Sunday night or Monday night because I'm gonna be out of town. So stay tuned. I'll take my mics with me just in case, but hopefully I'll be having too good of a time to want to do a podcast. No offense, but if I'm not having a good time, I'll definitely be doing a podcast so I could have a good time.
Well, yeah, we don't know specifically, right? It's Shabooty's birthday weekend, so we're hoping for the best, and that means no show. We're
Yeah.
hoping that he has
Exactly.
amazing time, but it's possible that because my birthday I was supposed to be out of town, and then things changed, and now we're going later, so we never know what's gonna happen. So
Yes. So, but we appreciate all of our listeners and supporters and fans and followers. But you have this episode, and then yeah, Sunday, Monday is a little up in the air, but just stay tuned to our socials, and we'll try to do a show for y'all. But if not, we'll be back, hard and heavy, hot and heavy next Friday at the very least.
yeah, at the very, very least, and hopefully this week the or next week the news will be less negative. Like there's a lot of negative
Right?
news this week,
A
so
lot of negative and sadness
yeah.
and
We
yeah.
just want the messy stuff. The sad stuff, we don't want that. So hopefully next week there's just a bunch of people aimlessly fighting and we'll get into that. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Amani will release her diss track and we can talk about that. That'll be a little more fun.
Well, I'm not paying $20 for OnlyFans. Fuck
I'm
that.
pretty sure it'll show up on Reddit somewhere. Somebody will take one
I
for
know. Someone will post it for the team. Someone will
take
post it. Someone will do something.
and then we'll get to talk about it because I'm excited about that.
True. And then before we end it, let me just read a couple of our messages to yours truly. Sherry says, I hope you have a great trip and a great birthday, Shabooty. Thank you, Sherry in Canada. Pineapple Girl says, happy early birthday, Shabooty. Safe travels. Thank you, Pineapple Girl. And Amberlee did one of those like confetti emojis. And Sherry, yeah, thank you. Already read your message. So thank you for all the love. And yeah, it's on Sunday. So expect me to be like extra annoying on social media, like sharing posts and stories and stuff. So anyways,
And don't forget to bug Liz, everybody, to wish her booty a happy birthday, just in
yeah.
case.
Yeah, she better do it. We're expecting you to show up and show
Oh,
out.
oh, true that. And speaking of Liz, I guess the final thing I want to topic or whatever. I don't know if you saw my tweet. It wasn't on my topics list, but there's this fan that follows me on Instagram and also follows Liz on Instagram. And apparently there's a thin line between super fan and kooky fan. No offense. I hope she doesn't listen to the podcast, but she apparently
He probably does.
she went to Liz's work in like where the Seattle area, and then like was like talking to Liz all night nonstop. But she did the fan mentioned Shabooty and all that shit. And then my tweet, I don't know, did you see it? It was about the fan's food. I'm just gonna end on this tweet. Let me pull it up real quick. But anyway, I was hoping that the fan was going to take a photo with Liz and send me a photo with Liz or the fan, because like that would be good to post. And instead, here's my tweet. I said a 90 Day Fiance fan met Liz at her job and then sent me pictures of the fan's food. I told her straight up, I don't care if Liz isn't in the photos. Laugh out loud. And then I said, here's her food anyway. But I was like, what am I going to do with this? And then I posted a picture of her nasty ass burger cut in half. So the moral of the story is if you're a hardcore super fan and you're bugging Liz all night, at least take a photo of Liz and not a picture of the burger.
What the hell is wrong with these people? You take pictures of the food, but not the person that you went to go see? What is wrong with people?
For some reason, there are people that are terrified of asking people to take a picture.
Mhm.
I've run into people like, I was like, oh, you met, they're like, oh, I met so-and-so. I was like, oh, cool, send me a picture. And they're like, oh, I'm too scared to ask. And I was like, but you were excited to see them. You knew they were going to be there. You just do it, right? Like, it's just, what's there to be afraid of? The worst that someone can say is no. And
Say is no, exactly. And as long as you're polite about it, then that's fine, right? Like I'm polite about it. So I'm like,
And-
you can always say no. It's not going to change my mind of how I perceive you.
And keep in mind, the general rule is pics or it didn't happen. So if you want to tell the story and get the bragging rights, you got to have pictures, because even though it probably did happen, we're going to say it didn't because there's no photo attached.
Mhm. So yeah, especially if you're gonna like pick Liz's brain for over an hour or something, like at least take a fucking photo if you're talking to her that long.
Well, right. Even if you gotta, she works behind the bar. So even if you gotta steal a photo from across the room, you need a photo.
Like even if you don't want to be in the photo because you don't want your face in there, just fucking take a picture. I mean,
You could still take a picture, just put an emoji over your face if you don't want it to be seen by everybody. What is wrong with people?
yeah, but anyway, yeah, in the future, just send me the pictures because yeah, that's good for Instagram and Twitter. Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate the photos. And if you're going to any of Sarper's events or whatever, send us whatever you got. I think they make you leave your phones out though. But yeah, send us any pictures with any of the 90 Day cast members so we know where they were and what happened so we can post it.
True. So on that note, we were perfect timing. So we're gonna end the show. I'm gonna try to upload it tonight as like a quick upload because otherwise I won't be able to do it. If I didn't do it tonight, it would take like you would have to wait till like tomorrow or like super late in the day, and that would be too long. So I'm gonna try to post this episode tonight. And then thank you everyone for listening. I hope you appreciate our dedication. And then we'll be back sooner rather than later. And that's about it, I guess.
That's it, everybody. Happy
That's
early birthday.
it.
Happy
Thank
early
you.
birthday to our host Shabooty, and
Yes.
everybody have a wonderful weekend, and do not forget that we love you. We love each and every one of you. It's been a rough news week, so I just want to make sure everybody knows that we care about you guys. We don't just make fun of people, we care about you too.
True that. So I'm gonna end with
Yes.
my cheesy outro, which is thank you everybody for listening to 98. I fucked it up. Thank you everybody for listening to 90 Day Fiance Fridays on a
Friday.
Peace out, everybody.
Peace out, everybody.
Night. Peace.